Good morning, everybody. Welcome to this edition of Bedford County Sports Talk Live. I'm David Thomas. With me, I have Mr. Bill Anderson and Mr. Kenny Parker. It's good to see everybody this morning.
Good to be here.
Good to be back. Good, cool, wet morning here in March, and we've got a lot to talk about. We've got some, of course, Bedford County high school sports to talk about. We've had some big winners over the past week. Before we do that, I'd like to thank our sponsors, First Bank here in Shelbyville, and Kincaid
Service
Company right here on Madison Street in Shelbyville, and then Corner Cleaners out on North Main Street. Mrs. Susie Johnson and Corner Cleaners. Let's pause right now and have a word from Miss Susie.
At Corner Cleaners, we provide quality services you can rely on. Located in Shelbyville, we're the area's leading dry cleaner, proudly serving customers throughout Bedford County since 2001. We provide same-day dry cleaning and laundry service as well as tuxedo rentals. For customer convenience, we offer delivery and also have a drive-through and overnight drop box.
For all your dry cleaning needs, call Corner Cleaners.
Okay, welcome back in here. Guys, we had some breaking news this week. Middle of the week, we found out that Shelbyville Central High School lost our girls basketball coach, Kyle Turnham. He decided to step down and leave that spot vacant. What's Kyle been here 3 years? Is that right?
Done a
very good job, and he made a nice run this year. And he lost to Columbia a couple times, beat them in the tournament. And then when was the last time we went and won a region game at Page?
Well, I mean, it's according to what I read, is 16, 17 school year, or maybe 15, 16 school years.
Right.
So it's been several years.
And I like the quote that Charlie Pope had. And he said, leave a place better, make it better when you leave.
Right.
That's right.
And that is what Kyle Turnham did here. It's better. He made it better. And a salute to him and thank him for his service.
Okay, so now the big question is, who steps into that role? Who do we get in that position?
Well, I think really Coach Turnham did you a solid here, because a lot of times a coach doesn't leave till the summer or you don't have time. There's plenty of time here to find somebody and you got plenty of time.
Get your camps and all ready, but you go out and you try to find somebody, but then you don't ever know who's going to apply. So,
well, I think you got to go after and get somebody. And I think that you got people, you got coaches still coaching right here. Okay. Mm-hmm. And there's some good coaches in that pool right there.
I agree.
And there's one that's got ties to the Shelbyville Golden Eagle basketball program that should be stepping up into that spot.
Okay.
He's from Moore County.
Mr.
Coach Chad Spencer.
Yep, Chad Spencer, coach at Cascade.
Now,
it's hard to get him to come from there to here. I'm just telling you, I would think.
I mean, it's a good situation down there for him, and he's playing right now.
Pays a big difference, too.
Yeah, that is.
Big difference.
They've got that whiskey money. That's why I'll say it. But it is.
If I'm not mistaken, actually, I believe Moore County pays more than Tullahoma.
Wow. Yeah, they're one of the highest paying counties in Tennessee. But Chad has been around. He's been at Liberty. He's been at Cascade. He's been all over the place, and he knows the Rick Insel system.
That's what he's running.
But again, that's where you thank Coach Turnham for. This is a more attractive job now than it was when Coach Turnham took it.
I agree.
Right.
And that's a salute to Coach Turnham.
And you've got it's wide open. I mean, anybody can come in here. The halls of that high school out there have got talent walking around in it. Probably you just got to go after them and get them. So let me ask you guys, y'all know more about this than I do, but it might help people out there. What's the hiring process now at Shelbyville Central or in Bedford County in general when you go after a coach? What's the
you take who applies, and then if it's somebody you're interested in, you call them. I mean, that was the old school way of doing stuff.
You have to post it.
Right.
You've got to post it. When it's posted, it goes nationwide.
Yeah.
So whoever's out there, but you take that pool. And then, like we always say with others, there's some names that just like what you mentioned. Right. You've got some people in your Rolodex that you go back and look at, and then word of mouth. You might get with Kyle, see what he knows.
Right.
Some other coaches know, and
there's a lot of former Rick Insel players out there that may be interested that we're not thinking about.
Mm-hmm. Well, here's the question. I think it gets down to this, and I don't know I don't know. I can look at the way things have been for the past 20 years, not in the county, but in Chevrolet High School Central. It's what's the goal? Are we going to try to build a winning program, or is it more about academics, or what is it now? Do you guys
Dr.
think?
Garrett's made it pretty clear she wants to win.
That's she wants to win.
Yeah.
Okay, winning program it's a good educational program to be a part of.
That's right.
All right, so if I'm going after that, I've got these people are still playing ball. You know, these are some good coaches, obviously, in this pool, and then some.
Mm-hmm.
So why not just go after somebody after the process gets to a point? I know.
And then you got another resource, I think, how you got Turnham right up the road in Murfreesboro.
That's right.
That knows a lot of coaches. And that'd be Coach
Mm-hmm.
Insel. And
so we have a lot of resources. This is a rich girls basket. And it needs.
I think Bubba Insel might be worth the talking to too, because he knows a lot of coaches.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's well connected.
Well, I think there's a lot of good prospects out there if we'll just go after them and get them. And I hope that we can. And I hope that we can keep the good trajectory going out there. So the girls had a really good run at the end of the year, and that was a good way for him to go out. So
I found it interesting, though, as we look at the district here. I think Coffee County won the region 46-30 over Lincoln County. So the finals of two girls teams were from our district in the region.
The region finals came from
this district.
And whoever steps into that role out there is going to have to face that Coffee County team, that program that has now replaced the Chevrolet.
Well, they were still there at that time. They were just having to, a couple of years take a back seat, and then sometimes they.
Just to mention it, tonight's the girls sub-state. They call it a sectional now. It's Hendersonville at Coffee County, and it's Lincoln County at Beach.
Yeah.
And then Moore County's playing at home tonight.
Eagleville is playing.
Yeah, but are they playing McEwen? They're playing McEwen.
Yeah. So we got some local teams still involved in the girls tournament. So we want to wish them good luck. And again, good luck, Coach Turnham. It's been a pleasure having you here in Shelbyville. Hope you do well.
Did a really nice job
going forward. And our boys, I don't even have anybody that's really
another place you're gonna miss Turnham, I think, on the radio.
On the radio,
you talk about doing a good job.
Well, he's done the radio, and he still does.
Right for
MTSU.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that might be where his passion is. Who knows? We might see him. Just go with that.
I just wonder if you might not see him an expanded role up there.
Right. Well, good luck to you, Coach Turner.
Absolutely.
And the boys, it's a little disappointing not to have, in this immediate area, we just don't have anybody at this level going on. But what do y'all think about boys basketball in this area? I'm not saying Bedford County, but I'm just saying within our own districts.
I'll say one thing that hit community kind of hard here, and I don't think a lot of people know. Coach Robbie Davis mentioned it to me. The flu hit the girls and the boys right there during the tournament.
Yeah,
had a lot of players out.
Yep.
And even with what he had out, he played Summertown on the road to a 4-point game, 76-72.
That's a tough place to play, too.
But, that district did not go the way the girls went because the other district kind of dominated a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's shift gears now into we got three big young men that had an outstanding week this past week. We had some wrestlers. 2 from Cascade and 1 from Chevrolet Central. We got a state championship winner, Logan McBee.
He was he medaled last year and he won the state this year. Congratulations, Logan. We've known Logan was going to be competitive all year. Isaac Choppa from Cascade was I'm not sure if he medaled, but he was right there last year. But he was runner-up in the state this year.
Right.
And both of them young men are seniors. And then I think it's Vaden Moore. Is that Vaden Moore? And I believe he's a sophomore or junior. He's an underclassman.
Right.
Came in third. So had to battle back. And
a gold, silver, and a bronze. That's
gold, silver, and a bronze. And had several members, we talked about it a couple weeks ago, here in Bedford County that got to wrestle in the state.
Yeah.
So wrestling in Bedford County, you used to not hear about it. It's picking up now.
Yeah.
It's getting more competitive.
Yeah.
So I want to congratulate them. Maybe one day Bill and David, we try to have them on the.
Yeah,
we
we'd
should
love
have
to talk to them and just talk about their experience because
Mhm.
that's
And
a
what it-
lifetime deal. Right
and
there.
what it takes to wrestle.
Yeah.
Wrestling is not a team sport.
No, it's not.
Wrestling is you, buddy. It's just you. Don't blame. I can't blame Bill for what I did in the
Nope.
ring. That's on me.
It's about like golf too.
Mhm.
That's a non-team sport, but we have teams.
That's right.
And David, let's mention baseball real quick.
Yeah, that's where I was headed. I
It
mean,
all starts.
here's the
Hey,
thing,
it
guys.
starts Monday.
Let me tell you something. I've just been looking back. It don't seem like it's been 3 weeks since we sat down and did our first football show for the football
Hot
season,
flies.
and it has flown by. Here we are, all the way through basketball season.
Mhm.
The county sports is done with that. Wrestling's over. Now we're going into baseball, and we got to meet some fine young men.
We sure did.
Wednesday on our show.
Well, good.
I've never done all the shows I've done over the years. I've never done a baseball show, and Coach Jones was great. He'd never really done it either. We had Coach Jones and Coach Williams and the 5 seniors on. And if you hadn't caught it, be sure to catch it right here on Shelbyville, Bedford County Sports, and watch that show. It was really good.
Yeah.
Shelbyville baseball's on the upswing, and we're going to try to do it every Wednesday that they're not playing. And I've also reached out to Coach Davis. Love to have him on for a show. And also I've got Coach Tyre reaching out to Coach Sheffield. Like to have them on one time because I think you're going to have some pretty good baseball.
I think there's going to be some good.
All
baseball.
3 teams I think are going to be pretty good.
Yeah. What was unique is seeing those seniors come in here, and Kyler Trice was in the
It was
middle of
great
that.
to have him on here.
Yeah,
Good.
he
It
looked
was
good.
great.
So
He looked good.
Feeling good. And all.
And
Yeah,
it
it seemed
sounded
like
like that there's a possibility he'll get to play a little later this
In
season.
the baseball?
Yes.
Good.
Yeah,
Great.
that's the take that I got. But what was unique was seeing these guys off camera interacting with each other. You could tell they're one big family.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And that's the way these high school teams get. And
Need to be.
that's unique to Bedford County, I think.
Mhm.
That's a testament to our programs.
And
These
Coach
kids-
Jones spoke so highly of this community too, and
Yeah.
I thought that was nice. And you could tell he's trying to build fine young men.
Yeah, that's the goal there. But we want to.
That was that was a really good show. If
Yeah.
y'all hadn't watched it, take a click on it and watch
Yeah.
it.
That was live on Wednesday.
Yep.
Bill, I know they've got a tournament they're going to be in that's going to be involving several different states.
Right.
Where is that? Going to be in Murfreesboro,
I think
at
so.
Blackman High
Uh-huh.
School.
Uh-huh.
They're going to have a big tournament, and that's 2 weeks from
I
now.
believe that's right.
And get out and support all of our baseball teams. But Central's going to be involved in one where they've got this.
And if you hadn't had a chance, go down here and check out the baseball facility at Central. Look what they've done.
Well, it's getting better. It's
Man,
getting better.
Yeah, they're doing a lot of work out there, and then they
Mhm.
tip their hats to Cooper Steel for what they've been doing.
Cascade, I noticed the lights is on out there. They're doing a lot of work.
You know,
on their
baseball's
baseball
starting.
facilities.
It's on the upswing in all of the county schools. So
Mhm.
that's a good sign. So we want to get out and support those young men. Before we move on, let's go ahead and take another break from one of our sponsors, First Bank here in Shelbyville, Mr. Brent Kennedy and his staff. We'll be right back. All righty, welcome back in here again. We want to thank our sponsor, First Bank. They've been with us a long time, guys, and if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be able to sit here and bring this to everybody. But we've got some other sports going on in high school. We've got, of course, softball, Kenny, and I know last week you were umpiring
Last
softball
week I was
for a
on
play
the field
day.
with middle school, but it all starts Monday. High school spring sports season starts Monday. Softball, baseball, soccer, official starts Monday.
Yeah.
And middle school's going wide open right now, but there will, my estimate, be no day in the week that there's not going to be a
Something.
Yeah, there's
local
something.
somebody playing here in Bedford County somewhere.
Yeah.
At some time.
Yeah,
But,
that's all these kids are out there working hard right now, and they're getting cranked up. You know, they're excited to get on the
Right.
diamond and play.
should be
And then-
some good softball. I know community girls have gone to the state back-to-back seasons and return a lot of ladies.
And we got
back again.
soccer going on. I mean, how many?
Mhm.
There's so many kids involved in soccer.
And we had a couple of soccer teams that went deep
last year. So we're looking for some good results from them. But high school sports, middle school sports, it's going strong still. And everybody get out. We want to just invite you to support your local teams. Let's talk a little college basketball. Guys, the SEC is tough this year. I mean, I think it's probably the toughest league in the country. What do y'all say? ACC used to be it.
Well, you got a couple of big games I want to mention today. Florida's playing extremely well. They're at South Carolina. Florida's been on a roll. That one's going to be interesting. Mississippi State, very athletic, going down to Auburn to play Bruce Pearl. But the game of the year is tonight at 7 o'clock in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. It's Tennessee and Alabama at 7 o'clock.
Guys,
that's the game.
I don't know anything about basketball. I don't know anything about much. But I hadn't kept up with it. I know this. It seems as though when I look at it, Tennessee be off one night and lose. Alabama be off one night and lose. And then the next thing you know, Vanderbilt slips up and knocks off Arkansas.
Arkansas's not very good.
Yeah.
So you just don't know. You better be on day by day, because what I've seen, and I don't keep up with it like you guys do, but like you said earlier, David, it's tough, and you can't afford to have a bad outing.
No, and I'm just wondering this year,
and as good as all of them are, if you have a bad outing, you got a chance to get beat.
Oh yeah, and then come tournament time, you're done if you have a bad
What's
outing.
big for Tennessee tonight is
they got a chance. Bad outing.
Don't have a bad outing, but Dalton Connett is special.
Oh yeah,
this may be the best player in the country, the national player of the year, possibly the number one pick in the NBA draft. I think.
I do too.
This kid against Auburn the other night lit it up.
Yeah, I heard a sports writer talking about this. He said, I sit there and I watched him in person for the first time. And he said, I've been covering sports for 35 years. And I looked at him, and this is the first time I looked at a college basketball player. And he said, I'm looking at greatness. And there's been a lot of
Auburn's players up in this game in Knoxville by 8. Tennessee goes on a 27-14 run. Dalton Connect scored 22 of those 27.
Where's he from?
He transferred from Northern Colorado.
He's from Iowa. No, South Dakota. Fargo, South Dakota.
And he played at North Colorado, one of those schools out there. And this was a transfer that Barnes brought in that has just exceeded all expectations. But tonight, I think the key is Tennessee. If they win tonight, they probably win the SEC, and they're probably a 1 seed in the NCAA tournament if they win tonight.
I did see where Tennessee and Alabama have identical. Was it 12-3?
3 records. But Tennessee's already beat Alabama once, so if they were to beat them tonight,
what's the overall records, Bill? Tennessee's
22-6, and Alabama's 28.
Yeah, I know.
But I think these are the two best teams in the conference.
Tennessee was in the top 5, and Alabama was
Tennessee's number 4.
Yeah, like 13th, 14th,
they're
or somewhere in there.
The thing about Tennessee, I think they've played one of the toughest, if not the toughest schedules in the nation.
The toughest.
They played top 5 teams all in their out of conference, and they lost some of them. And everybody looks and says, "Well, they've had 6 losses." Yeah, but look at who they lost to.
That's right.
I mean, they ain't lose to any cupcakes.
Well,
Mississippi State probably.
But Mississippi State's got a cupcake.
No, they're going to make the tournament.
We say this, but they'll consider us SEC homers, because you look at the college football playoffs. They don't care who you lose to. If it's a loss, it's a loss.
That's right. We're in the SEC, though.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and we are. We're pulling.
But the tournament coming up, 2 teams I look to watch for in the tournament. Kentucky hadn't had a great year.
Right.
But if they get hot and they play defense, you may see them make a run. Because athletically, they're the most athletic team in the conference.
What was that 2-letter word you used twice? If.
I think Kentucky.
If they pull my lottery ticket, I'm going to be a millionaire.
Yeah.
You got a bunch of lottery
picks
on this Kentucky team, as always. And I think they could make a run. I also think Florida's very underrated.
Yeah, they are. We've got some good teams.
I mean, all these top 7 teams are good. They could all make a run in the NCAA tournament.
That's what David alluded to at the start of this segment.
Auburn's no slouch.
This is a tough
South Carolina.
You better watch South Carolina.
Yeah, you better.
Any of those teams could fly up in there and be in the Sweet 16 pretty easy, I say. Yeah.
Yep.
I think we have 3 in there.
I want to also mention MTSU women Do you know they've won 13 games in a row now?
Yes.
Well, I've got to get down there to watch him.
They're 13.
I have not been to watch them.
They're
in the last
23
2
and
years.
they're 23-4. They're 13-0 in their conference. They've won 13 straight. They've got 2 wins over Memphis and a win over Tennessee. This may be the year Middle makes a little noise.
The ends of
I hope
count
so.
just keeps going. They just keep winning
Mhm.
and winning and winning and winning. I mean, it's like a runaway freight train.
I've got to get down there to watch them play.
All right,
I have
guys,
not
but
done
it's going to be fun to watch this play out. But I agree with you, Bill. I think if they win tonight, they're number 1 seed. I hate keep them out.
I just don't think you can.
You can't. They're one of the top 4 teams.
And tonight,
Well,
watch
and
the
that-
point guard battle
that-
between Ziegler and Spears.
Yeah.
That's another key tonight. And how do the referees let them play?
Tonight's win won't make them a number 1 because they got to go through the tournament. And in order to be a number 1, you're going to have to. If you were to lose the first game in the tournament, you're not going to be a winner.
I'm going to be honest with you. I disagree with that one. I'll tell you why. A couple years ago when Tennessee won the SEC tournament, their seeding was actually lower. I think the committee's got it made up, their
Right
mind
now,
made up
you
before
think
the
it's
tournament
already
starts. I really do. I don't think it matters, these conference tournaments at all,
They don't.
other than you're Ole Miss or somebody.
And you can work your
And
way
you work
in.
your way in because you win the tournament on a playing game.
They're
I
all
don't think
they're
they look
all
at
they're
it.
all spoiler tournaments is what they are. They're setting the number 1 team up for a slip up,
Okay.
but it does give those other guys a chance. That's the thing. Somebody with a less than 500 record can slip in there.
Yes.
You just-
And it's
you just
happened.
never- yeah,
It's
it
happened. It's
before.
happened before.
So
Mhm.
it's going to be fun to watch. Sweet. Our March Madness is here. So
Fun time of year.
fun time of year. Well, guys, let's switch gears again. But before we do that, let's talk about Kincaid
Service.
Company.
Service is their middle name. Guys, I was just thinking the other day, I was looking in my kitchen and everything in my kitchen, and then over in my utility room where the washroom is, every single piece came from Kincaid.
Was you in my house?
No? Yours the same way?
Mhm.
I'm sitting here
Exactly.
thinking, this is a long time. There's 20 years worth of appliances, and nobody else ever came to my mind. Call Kincaid. Call Kincaid.
And when you do and you get something,
I know they haul it off.
They
Haul it off.
coming. They coming. And they're going to work on it when it's messed up.
Yeah, if they buy it from you, they're gonna be with you a whole time
Mhm.
through it till it blows up. And you
It
need a
ain't
new
like
one.
going
They're
to
with
one of
you.
these other places and it tears up. You have to throw it away somewhere and go buy another one. My stuff messes up. I call Mark down there at Kincaid.
they fix it.
Somebody's coming to fix it.
Great business, great sponsors, and we thank
Mhm.
them for being a sponsor of Bedford County Sports Talk.
And we don't like hauling stuff off.
No,
Jake
we
Tyre doesn't
don't.
like hauling stuff
No, we
off either. He
don't.
made it clear. Jake
Yeah.
said, I don't like hauling nothing off.
All right, let's talk about NFL just for a second, guys. We got combine.
Yep.
Time. It's you're gonna get to see some of these college kids run their 40s and do all their agility tests and so
Right.
forth. What do y'all expect with the Titans first, Bill?
Well, I want to go back and point out the day one winners. This kid's named defensive lineman Braden Fisk out at Florida State, 6'3", 292, ran a 4.78 40, 34-inch vertical jump. He compared to Aaron Donald.
Hey,
Wow.
if you watch that, he didn't play in the bowl game.
Nope.
But I've seen him play.
He's good.
He's a transfer. I'm not sure he transferred from a school. We're talking about the young man from UT. He transferred from a smaller school like that, and he can play. He's pretty good. He was dominant.
Chop Robinson, edge rusher from Penn State, had a really good workout. So did the line.
but
He's
got-
good.
He's got some medical problems on his back end though.
And so does this linebacker Peyton Wilson out of NC State's got some
Yeah,
issues
yeah.
medically too. But the edge
He's-
rusher Dallas Turner from Alabama, 4.47, 41-inch vertical jump, crazy. Day two, you had a lot of corners look good. But here's a kid to keep your eye on. His name is Quentin Mitchell out of Toledo.
That's
Mhm.
fast.
Well, he
Yeah,
had a great
he's-
Senior Bowl, 4.33, 38-inch vertical, but he ran way better than they thought. You run a 4, he got paid.
Well, he's been. I look at this stuff quite often. He's been in the upper half of the first round,
Right.
pretty much since the Senior Bowl. He came on the scene at the Senior Bowl, but we're looking at, if you go back and you look at the mock drafts here and the mock drafts there, and you're talking about, well, what's Tennessee gonna, what's the Titans gonna draft? We're saying offensive lineman. Some saying it's too early.
Yeah.
It's too early because of the free agency right now, and with everybody being given $31 million more this year with capital space draft. I mean, with money.
Yeah, that's 2 or 3 players they didn't know they was going to be able to get.
That's right.
I think that hurts the Titans too. They had all the money that everybody else got the extra money.
You wouldn't know it. It happened this year.
But still, no. But you don't know what they're going to go out. Titans could very well go out and get 2 proven offensive linemen at a. You don't want to spend all that money on one person or 2. You know, like Titans are saying, we got to build.
Well, let me ask y'all something, and this is something I got thinking about. You got Tannehill gone. You got Henry probably gone. You got some other good players gone. Kevin Byard got released.
And everybody talked about how horrible that was for Tennessee to move him to Philadelphia. All right?
Well, let me ask you.
Wait, let me finish my thought. They moved him to Philadelphia. What did they get? They got 2 draft picks.
Right.
If he stays at Tennessee, he's going to be cut this year because of his salary.
Yeah.
They're going to do the same thing, and they would be minus 2 draft picks.
Here's my question.
I think that was a great trade.
Here's my question about the whole thing.
Kevin Byard.
Who is the chemistry? Who is the chemistry? Jeffrey Simmons? Is he the chemistry person now?
Who is it? He has been for a while.
But you had Henry, which he was a chemistry guy. He made things. Tannehill even was. And so
I got a name for y'all in the draft to look out for. Malik Neighbors at LSU. If he's there at 7, he's a Titan.
You got to take him.
He's a special player.
Yeah.
He compares to Justin Jefferson.
Yeah.
And I can almost tell, listening to Rand and the coach talk, they want a playmaker.
I'm Kenny Parker. I'm old school, and I'm building from the ground up.
That depends on what's there.
I'm going to build my foundation. I don't want to buy a great roof to put on a house that I know is not going to be able to stand. And you can have a great receiver, but if your quarterback doesn't have time to get him open, and he's not going to get open quick with the other skilled people in the NFL, he's not going to get open as quick in NFL as he did in college because them's great athletes over there. The quarterback's going to have some time to do stuff. And if you're going to, and that's where I think this month of March will span out. And you won't really know what people are going to draft until April because you don't know where they're going to do, what they're going to do in free agency.
Mm-hmm.
They could very well go out and you've got some really good receivers open in free agency now. The kid from Minnesota, Jefferson, you know, you got several of them. And you can make your team not in March, not in April, but in May, like when they got what was the wide receiver they got this year in May?
DeAndre Hopkins.
Hopkins.
Well, let me ask you guys this: Are you watching some of these projections that all these analysts are putting out?
Yeah, I do.
It seems like the majority of them for Tennessee are saying the kid from Notre Dame, the lineman.
And I actually like the lineman from Penn State better.
Well, here's
we'll
the
see
deal.
That tomorrow.
Here's the deal. I understand with what you're saying there, David. There's a lot of them that offensive lineman from Notre Dame won't be available when Tennessee drafts.
Yeah, what we got 7.
Yeah, there's some of them that think he's going to go to the Chargers with Harbaugh.
Yeah,
but before
they're at 5,
or at the Giants at 6, they could use a left tackle too. So the Giants have a need for offensive line. Well, they're picking 6.
Then I've also heard a little bit about the guy from Mid-State is falling a little bit. The one from Penn State, for something I don't know what's going on, he's falling, and the one that's rising on the other side of it is a young man from Oregon State.
Mm-hmm. He is rising.
Yeah. And
well, there's a lot.
But the difference when you're talking O-line here with the Titans is this: Bill Callahan's there now, but you might be surprised. Let me just run this by you, Kenny. What if you put Petit Ferrer at left tackle, and Dylan Radins all of a sudden can play right tackle for you? Just saying, with the right coaching, you got the best coach in the league. I just think you may have some pieces here that are better than what we think.
Yeah, well, that's what I've thought. And I they ain't been coached up.
I think you need to look at the draft this way also, Bill. We're talking about offensive tackle, and we're talking about wide receiver.
And we need a center bad. Now, I think you get that in free agency.
The offensive center. The tackle position is not near as deep as the wide receiver position is
Mm-hmm.
in the NFL. They say this could be as deep a wide receiver.
Mm-hmm.
So if your tackle spot is limited with few options, but your wide receiver is deep, or other way around, wouldn't you want to try to get one of the better ones out of where you don't have as many, and then come back to
You would.
where you could get somebody, may not be the top one, but
I think it's a pretty good tackle class too.
I don't think we will know until April, because you've got this free agency.
And you got teams fixing to cut a bunch of players that haven't cut them yet to get under the cap.
Right,
There's going to
true.
be a lot of people that get cut. It's coming.
And that's why I say you
don't know.
You don't know until you
They're
see
saying Alvin Kamara's fixing to get cut in a salary cap move from the
man.
Saints. He would make a great player for somebody.
He would. Yeah, he would.
These running backs, there's going to be a ton of them out there.
Yeah.
And they're not going to get paid either, guys.
No, I know.
Well,
They're not going to get paid.
Now they're gonna get paid. They're gonna be paid better now, because every team got $31 or $2 million more.
I don't think so.
I
don't think they're going to get paid. There's too many free agents.
I don't
out there.
think they will bust the market, but I think they're going to get a little more. And I think this is me. If I go to sign some of these free agents, we're not going to look at a long-term contract. We may look at a 1 or 2 year incentive-based contracts. And I think all contracts ought to be incentive-based.
What hurt on that was when the Browns gave Deshaun Watson all that guaranteed money.
Well,
and they're going to regret that one.
You know, and somebody asked, well, what if you sign Bill Anderson for $5 million and you sign David Thomas for $4 million?
I say you're getting ripped off.
But David Thomas's is guaranteed, where Bill's is not. Well,
I like the sound of that,
if you go into the season and Bill gets hurt, you can cut him and you don't have to pay him all $5 million.
Yeah.
But if David gets hurt because you told him this is guaranteed, you got to give him all of it. I think things ought to be incentive based.
And I don't think just because you play the position of quarterback entitles you to $50 million a year.
Well, that's what the top end quarterbacks are.
That top end, but now we're saying anybody that you're going to re-sign and deserves this kind of money.
Well, guys,
you got Patrick Mahomes, guys, and then everybody else is a step below. That's just where it is.
Yeah, I know it. He's turning into another Brady on us. Let's take another break real quick here and hear from one of our sponsors, Corner Cleaners, and we'll be back to wrap up. We've run a little over today, guys, but we can talk about this draft all day long. But we'll be back right after this.
Corner Cleaners, we provide quality services you can rely on. Located in Shelbyville, we're the area's leading dry cleaner, proudly serving customers throughout Bedford County since 2001. We provide same-day dry cleaning and laundry service, as well as tuxedo rentals. For customer convenience, we offer delivery and also have a drive-through and overnight drop box.
For all your dry cleaning needs, call Corner Cleaners.
Guys, we're going to wind things down, but before we sign off here, we want to congratulate Mr. Whit Taylor. Quarterback at Shelbyville Central High School, went on to play at Vanderbilt, went on to play with the Michigan Panthers and the Denver Dynamite in the Arena League. I don't know if y'all remember that. San Antonio Gunslingers had a pro career, fantastic Vanderbilt career, made it into their Hall of Fame. I just saw today.
Larry Nash Insurance softball team.
Yeah, absolutely. But we want to congratulate one of our very own, Whit Taylor, a special athlete.
Now, my question is, if that happened, what took so long? I would have said he was in the Hall of Fame 30 years ago.
I would have thought he was in the Hall of Fame also, because, and this is the reason, until Cutler finally beat Tennessee, every year they got ready to Vanderbilt and Tennessee playing. We always saw the highlight of Whit when he beat Tennessee. Yeah. And what was ironic about that is Tennessee wouldn't recruit him because they said he was too small. He whooped that tail.
I remember my granddaddy taking me to Vanderbilt games when Whit played. He used to take me up there all the time when I was like 10, 11, 12 years old. and to go watch Whit play.
Yeah, I was sitting in that end zone that he scored the winning touchdown in that pouring rain that day.
I got a good friend, Jim Bomer from Bell Buckle, that had a license tag on his car until that had Vanderbilt football number 10 Whit Taylor on it.
Well, guys,
we want to congratulate Whit.
Yeah.
A great football player, but a great person.
Absolutely.
Right. Yeah, one of the best.
And something you don't know about Whit, a fantastic fisherman.
Oh yeah,
Dude
his dad was one of the best around.
Yep.
But guys, we want to wind things up and thank you for watching this morning.
Yes.
Get out, support your local teams. Guys,
Tune in Wednesday.
Yes, Wednesday.
Coach Chase Jones show. We're doing shovel baseball every Wednesday, and we're going to do it right 5:30.
Yes, we'll be able.
And if you hadn't watched the show, click on the website here and take a look at it. That was a really good show and a bunch of good kids.
Yeah, it was.
Spring sports starts Monday.
That's it.
Get out.
Get out. Support your teams. Have a great weekend. See you next week.